Hello everyone. Today we have a really short video just about expansion. The United States is going to continue to expand. And the first expansion we're going to talk about is the Oregon Territory. And the United States and Great Britain agreed to establish the 49th parallel as the boundary between the United States and Canada along the Louisiana Territory. And the line was extended to the Pacific following the acquisition of Oregon Territory from Britain in 1846. So the 49th parallel is right here, right where my mouse is going over. So essentially, the British territory, which is Canada, and the US, they said that we're going to draw a line here. If above this line is British, below this line is American. And that's how the United States acquired the Oregon Territory. And the Oregon country is simply the state of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. On your map right now, which is on the back of your page, turn it around, and in the top left, choose a color, and you're going to color Washington, Oregon, in Idaho. The next state that was acquired was Florida. It was acquired by the U.S. through a treaty with Spain in 1819. So Spain was acquired, or Florida was acquired from Spain in 1819. Essentially, Spain didn't want Florida anymore. They simply gave it to us. Next, we're going to talk about a political result of expansion. That's something called the Monroe Doctrine. And the United States created the Monroe Doctrine in 1843, which says the American continents, which are South and North America, should not be considered for future colonization by any European powers. And we should consider any attempt on Europe's part, to extend their system to any portion of this hemisphere is dangerous to our peace and safety. This means that the United States will go to war with any country that tries to settle in North or South America or influence a country in North or South America. So essentially the United States is saying, Europe, you are no longer allowed anywhere in North or South America. It doesn't matter if it's Chile, Argentina, if it's Brazil, they are not allowed to come here. And nations in the Western Hemisphere, which is North and South America, were inherently different from those in Europe. The Americas were republics, which is where people vote, and Europe had monarchies, which people don't vote. So the US didn't want Europe interfering in the Americas. And the Monroe Doctrine is named after James Monroe, who was the president in 1843. So President James Monroe created the Monroe Doctrine that says Europe can no longer come to the Americas, or anyone's allowed to come to the Americas. And also, though, the United States promises not to interfere with European matters if Europe does not interfere with the Americas. So the United States is telling Europe, as long as you don't come to North or South America, we're not going to bother you. The other state we're going to talk about is the annexation of Texas in 1845. And American migration into Texas led to an armed revolt, war against Mexican rule, and a famous battle named the Battle of Alamo, where almost every Texas soldier at the Alamo was killed. The Texas Army defeated Mexico, and this eventually led to the formation of the Republic of Texas. And Texas eventually annexes, which means joins the United States. So Texas went to war with Mexico. Texas became a country. It was called the Republic of Texas. And eventually Texas decides to join the United States. They annex with us. Next, we will be talking about the Mexican Cession in 1848. And in the 1840s, America fought Mexico in the Mexican War, and America won the war. After the war, Mexico and the United States signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which gave the United States former Mexican territories. This became known as the Mexican Cession, and the United States acquired California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. So this is the Mexican Cession right here. So after the Mexican War, which the United States won, Mexico gave us California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. So on your map, which is on the back of your page, choose a different color, and you're going to want to label California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico. Alright, and that is it for today. If you guys have any questions, let me know.